Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to be looking at the Mezco 112 Collective Batman Supreme Knight, and this is the Darkest Dawn edition. This is a Mezco.com exclusive, and it was available on 112th day. Mezco, specializing in 112 collectibles, made this guy able to be pre-ordered on January 12th, 2021, hence 112th day. This is one of the few Mezco figures that I actually missed out on. I simply did not check the website at the right time. By the time I did, it was sold out. I was pretty disappointed. It's one thing to miss a really exclusive one, like the black and white version of the Dark Knight Returns Batman, the Puerto Rico Comic Con exclusive version, the Toy Fair exclusive versions, but to miss one that anybody can get really sucks. My Mezco collection of Batman stuff is almost complete, and this has been a huge omission for a long time. I want to give a big shout out to my boy, Eaton Kwok. He contacted me through Instagram and said he had watched one of my previous Mezco Batman videos, and saw that I mentioned I was missing this guy, and he told me he had one still sealed in the package, never been opened, and he was wondering if I was interested in purchasing it. And I damn sure was. I usually get two of these figures. One to keep completely sealed and unopened, and one to open and enjoy. So when he offered to sell me one completely sealed, he really caught my attention. This thing is probably worth at least twice what it was originally sold for, and he offered to sell it to me for the original price. He just said he moved after he got it, never actually opened this thing. I thought, this is going to be my probably only opportunity to get a sealed one for the right price. Of course, when someone you don't know messages you and asks you to buy something that's about $100, you're kind of hesitant. But on a leap of faith, I sent him the money, and I got the figure a few days later. I was really torn whether I was going to open this one or keep it sealed. So I checked eBay, and I found a loose one of these for even cheaper. So I bought that one. Now I have my unopened one and my open one. The only Mezco Batman-related figure that I missed that I'm still kind of salty about is a deluxe trenchcoat Joker. Once again, I just simply missed out, was too late on that one. I'm actually still on the wait list, but well aware it'll never actually convert. So, let's check out the packaging. As you can see on the front, 112 Collective, Pose, Play, Display. This is a Mezco.com exclusive. Batman logo, Batman Supreme Knight, DC. At the top, 112th. Batman Supreme Knight on one side. On the back, here is the figure in all of his glory. Cloth, soft goods, older, grizzled Batman. Barcode at the bottom. Not that I imagine that'll help anybody in any way, shape, or form. So, with no further ado, let's continue on the review. I'm not actually going to open this one up, as this one's going to stay sealed. But like I said before, I also got a loose one on eBay, so let's check them out. Here are all four versions of Mezco's Supreme Knight Batman. All of them are still sealed, never been taken out of the box. From left to right, we have the standard black and gray version of the Supreme Knight Batman. The next one is a PX Previews exclusive. This is the blue and gray version. The third one is a Mezco.com exclusive. It's an all black version. And the final one is this Mezco.com exclusive Darkest Dawn variation. Finally, after 2 years, my Supreme Knight Batman collection is complete. Alright, now that I got this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. The only thing he was missing was the display stand, and I am not a stand guy, so I was totally cool with that. To get this guy 2 years later for less than the retail price, just missing a stand, heck yeah. So this guy comes with a ton of accessories. He has a total of 9 interchangeable hands, totaling 11 hands. He's got his sort of electric gun, grapnel launcher. He's got 5 different heads. A large sort of ninja samurai type blade weapon. Large batarang. Another large batarang. He's got 5 of each different smaller kind of batarang, and each one has 3 of the batarangs put together. He's got 3 different interchangeable bat symbols for his chest. Then he has 3 different attachments for his grapnel launcher, 2 capes, a baggie for the accessories, and a large smoke effect. This guy is decked out with all the bells and whistles, Mezco style. So let's take a look at him. Start with his head here. This is the Supreme Knight Batman. He's finishing off Mezco's Batman trilogy, starting with the Ascending Knight Batman, then the Sovereign Knight Batman, and now the Supreme Knight Batman. It's an older, grizzled Batman, similar to the Dark Knight Returns. Big, bruiser, bulky. This is his short-eared head, normal expression. His suit is gray. You can see some sort of armored parts here, and a darker gray. Large utility belt. Classic yellow oval bat symbol on, but you have a lot of options there. Going further down, he looks pretty good. A lot of armor on his shins, his knees, his forearms, the traditional Batman fins. This is his regular cape here. He also has a wired cape. It's folded in a very nice way where it's going to drape over his shoulders, move to the side. He's got a little holster for his grapnel launcher on the back of his belt. Even the bottom almost has some sort of cleated boots. Very, very nice. And just a closer look at his face and head sculpt. This Batman does not look happy. And here's the figure broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories, and let's start off with the boring stuff. So first of all, we have this baggie for all of his accessories. Typical Ziploc bag. It says 112 Collective. These things are pretty handy, as you can fit all the accessories inside of here. If you really wanted to, you could write the figure in that white box down there. Now let's check out his hands. He has a total of 11 of them, 6 right hands, 5 left hands. Here he is with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. And here he is with his second pair of hands. These are a pair of gripping hands. Then his next pair of hands, another pair of gripping hands with a slightly smaller grip. Here's his next pair of hands. These are a pair of semi-open hands. They would look good relaxed at his sides, maybe typing on a computer, or touching or picking something up. And he has one last right hand. This is a gripping hand with a trigger finger, probably for his grapnel launcher, or his electric gun. Now let's look at his heads. He has a total of 5 of them. 2 short-eared cowl, 2 long-eared cowl, 1 unmasked Bruce Wayne head. And each the short and long-haired have a regular expression and an angry expression. Before we look at each of the heads, I wanted to show how his neck worked. It's a very strong magnet here, so we have the peg the heads will fit on top of. Then you can remove this entire piece here. Like I said, very strong magnet. And that will allow you to detach your cape and swap it out with the wired cape. But now, let's check out the heads. Here's his first head. This will be my default head of choice. Short-eared cowl, regular expression. And here's his next head. Another short-eared cowl head. This one has the angry expression. You can see a little bit of his teeth. And here's his third head. Long-eared cowl, regular expression. And here's his fourth head. Long-eared cowl, angry expression. He's kind of grinning, his teeth exposed. I don't know if he's angry or if he's happy. Looks like a Batman that's really enjoying hurting his opponent. And here's his final head. Unmasked Bruce Wayne head. He's got gray hair. He's an older, grizzled Bruce Wayne. Dark Knight Returns style. Now let's look at the bat symbols for his chest. He has 3 different ones. Classic one with the yellow oval. The one on the left looks like the Dark Knight Returns. And the one on the right, a little bit of a thinner, normal bat symbol. Here's his first bat symbol. This is the traditional yellow oval. Then, the much thicker bat symbol. This looks like the Dark Knight Returns. And here's his third symbol. A little bit of a thinner bat symbol. I'm a sucker for the one with the yellow oval though. Classic and traditional. Now to look at his cannon. This could be an electric gun. Could be an EMP cannon. Pretty large. Gray, black, blue, gold. It's got this hole at the front, but really nothing to plug into there. Here's Batman holding his cannon. One hand supporting the barrel, and the trigger finger hand holding the handle. Now let's look at his grapnel launcher and the 3 attachments. With the grapnel launcher here, silver, gold, blue, gray, looks good. Little hole at the front for the attachments. Then we have the attachment fresh out there with the hook not open, then the open hook, then the open hook with the string. Here's Batman holding and getting ready to use his grapple launcher. Then add in the first attachment, then the second attachment. The hook is extended, ready to be shot. And here he is with the final attachment. This one has the hook and the string. Here's Batman holstering his grapple launcher. Now let's check out this martial arts blade. It's called a karambit. Mostly in gold. Nice little handle there. The thing does sort of break apart, and you can fold it shut. Pretty nice little attention to detail there. Here's Batman holding his karambit. And here is two larger batarangs, both done in the gold and blue color scheme. This one here, a lot longer than the other one. Nice sculpt and detail all over this thing. And this one here looks like the 1989 design, just done in gold and blue. They both look fantastic. Here's Batman holding the first larger batarang, and then holding the second larger batarang. Here is the smaller and longer batarangs. He has 5 single versions, and then a bundle of 3. Here's Batman holding one of those smaller batarangs. You can actually have him hold a few of them between his fingertips. And here, holding the bundle of 3 batarangs. Then he has some more small batarangs. These are the thicker Batman Dark Knight Returns style batarangs. 5 single ones, and a bundle of 3. Here's Batman holding one of those smaller batarangs. Just like with the other batarang, he can hold 3 of these at one time between his fingertips. And then here, holding the bundle of 3. Now let's look at his smoke effect. This thing is awesome. It actually looks a little bit better on camera than in person. Looks great from the front here. It's lighter at the top, darker at the bottom, like Batman just threw a smoke pellet. He's going to grapple away behind this thing. Now in all reality, it's kind of just a cheap piece of crap. It's hollow, thin plastic. But man, did they achieve what they were going for here. I love this thing, and I can put this to a ton of use in my action figure world. So you got your Batman here. He's surrounded by either thugs, maybe even police officers trying to arrest him. Pulls a smoke pellet out of his utility belt. And as Batman's holding it, the smoke pellet starts to activate. Meanwhile, Batman's in this cloud of smoke, grappling away to safety. Now let's check out his capes. They are fantastic. One is a regular, fully sort of cloth cape. The other one has a wire in it. You can pose it. Here's a standard cape. This is the cape I'm going to keep on him most of the time, even though the wired cape is definitely superior. That way he'll look better and flow naturally with the rest of my Mezco figures. Now, it's a cloth cape to a point. Inside is sort of a cloth material. The outside, a little more of a leathery material. You have to fold the cape in very specific places for it to look good, whether it's straight behind him or if it's going to be in front of him. Here's the cape stretched out. I'll tell you, that thing is magnificent. You can easily drape it in front of him over his shoulders. It looks really good both ways. Here's Batman with the wired cape. It's pretty much the exact same thing. Clothish on the inside, leathery on the outside. It has this wire though, so you can pose it really any way you want. You can look really cool with a flight stand coming down, cape outstretched like he's gliding down. Now they've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories. Now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, staying about 6.6 inches tall, which you can translate to just under 17 centimeters. Now let's check out his articulation. Starting with his head, you can rotate from side to side. It's on a ball joint here, goes down that far, up, not too much. Tilt his head a little bit from side to side. Shoulders on a ball joint, goes out a little bit more than 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. Bicep cut, or actually feels like it's the shoulder that has rotation there. I think it's double jointed elbows, but you really can't get it up any more than a single joint. Wrists can rotate, and it's hinged. His torso here, he's got ball joint here, rotate around, forward and back. Another one is waist, rotate around, forward and back. He has pretty good range of motion. Suits, It doesn't really show it too, so it's pretty seamless. Legs go about that far, almost complete as a splits. They go forward that much, back not very much. Double jointed knees. His ankle, forward and back, rotate. Tilt rocks just a little bit there. Pretty good. It all looks very seamless with his cloth outfit. Here's Batman in the Batcave, working at the Bat computer. And here's this Mezco Batman, working in his lab at the Batcave. Here he is, perched on top of a rooftop in Gotham. He hears a noise, getting ready to grapple down and defend the city. Batman drops down to the ground and confronts several thugs. He quickly gets the upper hand and takes out the thugs. Then Commissioner Gordon and some GCPD officers come to arrest the Batman. Batman is surrounded and doesn't really want to fight the cops, so he plans to make a quick escape, pulls out a smoke pellet. He activates the smoke pellet, gets ready to throw it onto the ground. And there's a quick cloud of smoke, and Batman grapples away to safety. Now let's check him out next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Mezco figures. Here he is, next to the standard Supreme Knight Batman. This is the original black and gray version. Then, next to the all-black variety, this is a Mezco.com exclusive. This is the second one they released. Then, with a third variety, this is the blue and gray variant. This is a PX previous exclusive. Here are all four variations of the Supreme Knight Batman. We have the black and gray standard release, the Mezco.com exclusive all-black version, then the Mezco.com exclusive Darkest Dawn edition, and then the PX previous exclusive blue and gray version. Here he is, with all three variations of the Ascending Knight Batman, black gray, all black, and then blue and gray. Like I said before, Mezco made their own trilogy of Batman figures, their own style. Ascending Knight is the younger Batman, Sovereign Knight is the middle-aged Batman, and then the Supreme Knight is the older, grizzled Batman. And there's also a 2018 Toy Fair exclusive Ascending Knight Batman. This one was the all-black version with a black belt. Pretty rare. I'd love to get my hands on one, or two. Then, next to all four variations of the Sovereign Knight Batman, this is the middle-aged Batman. We have the standard black and gray version, Mezco.com exclusive all-black version, then the one that came with a 2-pack with Black Mask, and the PX previous exclusive blue and gray version. Here's the Darkest Dawn Batman, next to the four variations of the Batman The Dark Knight Returns Batman that I have. There are two variations I don't have. That's a Puerto Rico Comic Con exclusive version, and a really rare black and white variant. Would love to get those. In front of you, we have the standard black and gray version, the Mezco.com exclusive darker blue, the PX previous exclusive light blue, and then the battle damage one from the 2-pack with the mutant leader. And now, here he is, next to four different DC Cinematic Universe Ben Affleck Batman figures. We've got the Nightmare Batman from Batman vs Superman, the standard Batman from Batman vs Superman, Batman in his tactical suit from Justice League, and then the armored bat suit from Batman vs Superman. There is a fifth one of these coming out. It's a regular Ben Affleck and a 3-pack. That'll be out mid-next year. Here's this newest Batman, next to two variations of the Golden Age Mezco Batman. And here he is, next to the Mezco Terry McGinnis Beyond Batman. Here are all of my different Mezco Batman figures. Not 100% sure which one's going to come out next. My money's on Gotham by Gaslight Batman. It seems like that 1989 Batman's never actually going to come out, even though I know it will one day. Then the Ben Affleck Batman. It's supposed to come out mid-next year. It'll probably get delayed, though. They also have a Robert Pattinson Batman from The Batman upcoming. Pretty excited for that, too. The only ones I'm missing at this point, it's going to be the black and white Dark Knight Returns Batman, the Puerto Rico Comic Con exclusive Dark Knight Returns Batman, and the Toy Fair exclusive Ascending Knight Batman. Those are extremely rare. Very impressed with anyone out there that has one. Now let's check them out. Next to some other Mezco DC figures in my collection. Here he is, next to a Mezco Commissioner Gordon. And here he is, next to the three different Mezco Joker figures that I have. I'm missing one, arguably the best one. It's the deluxe Joker with the trench coat. I would love to get me one of those. Then, with all three variations of the Mezco Harley Quinn, here's Batman, next to both the Mezco Two-Face figures. Then, next to both the Mezco Catwoman. And now, next to both Mezco Deathstroke figures, here's Batman, next to the Mezco Black Mask. I'm surprised they haven't given us another version of him. Then, next to Mezco's KG Beast, and now with both versions of the Mutant Leader. Now, most of my Mezco figures are Batman related, but I do have a couple of Mezco Superman figures as well. I got the Henry Cavill Superman on the left because he's from Batman vs Superman, which makes him Batman related, and then the Christopher Reeve Superman on the right because he's Christopher Reeve Superman, and that's just awesome. Here's Batman next to a couple of Mezco Diabolic figures. I got these because there's some great thieves or cat burglars for Batman to take down. Another Mezco figure that's not Batman related I would have liked to have gotten would have been that John Wick. Could put that to some really good use. Now, Mezco makes the absolute best 1/12 scale cloth soft goods figures out there, but they're not the only company that does that with DC figures. Soap Studios also makes some 1/12 scale DC cloth soft goods figures, and they are absolutely horrible. If you're wondering how they are, I would suggest to stay away. Here's a Darkest Dawn Batman next to a Soap Studios Batman Begins and Dark Knight Batman. And here, next to a Soap Studios Dark Knight Trilogy Two-Face and Catwoman. Then, with the Soap Studios Bruce Wayne, Ra's al Ghul, and League of Shadows Ninja. Now there are a bunch of third-party unauthorized cloth soft goods figures in the 1/12 scale. They're actually usually pretty good quality. Here's this Mezco Batman next to a Felix Toys Joaquin Phoenix Joker. Then, next to a Patriot Studios Joaquin Phoenix Joker and Arthur Fleck. Here's Batman next to a Noda Studios Ben Affleck Bruce Wayne. And finally, next to a Mix-Max Deathstroke and Two-Face. The Deathstroke is fantastic. Two-Face not so much. He's just sort of a cloth kit to add to the Mix-Max blank body. It looks okay, doesn't come together quite as good as I'd like, and you have to buy two things to assemble him. Now let's check him out. Next to some action figures from different various companies to see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a Mezco figure, they usually run around 6.5 inches tall. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the large action figure lines I collect and work my way smaller. And I'm going to include as many Batman figures as I can during these comparisons. Here he is, next to some Jakks Pacific wrestling figures. And here he is, next to some DST or Diamond Select toys. And now, next to some McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman figures. Then, next to some DC Direct and DC Collectibles Batman figures. Here's Batman, next to a 20-pound weight that I use far too infrequently. And here he is, standing with some NECA Batman figures. Then, with some Mattel wrestling figures. And now, next to some Jazzwares AEW wrestlers. Then, next to some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse Batman figures. And here he is, next to some Mafex Batman figures. Then, with some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is, next to some SH Figure Arts Batman figures. And finally, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. Overall, he's a fantastic figure. I don't know if he's my favorite Supreme Knight Batman figure. I think my favorite is going to be the all-black one. But all four of them have things I really like about each and every one. I am extremely happy to enter the collection and complete each and every figure, both open and unopened, from Mezco's Batman trilogy. Once again, big thanks to Eaton Kwok for reaching out to me on Instagram. It's like a godsend right there. This guy's accessories are absolutely amazing. He comes with just so much cool stuff. His articulation is pretty good. Could be a little better in the elbows. Sculpt and paint job, excellent. No issues with the suit. If I were to rate this guy, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Mezco Batman figures are just excellent, top-notch quality. About the best 1/12 scale Batman figures out there. Top-notch. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.